Canada's future basketball stars. Today's matchup, we have the team from Quebec taking on the team from British Columbia. Introducing both first from British Columbia, wearing number 1, Neyha Lali. Number 2, QCvsBC. Number 4, Neyha Lali.
Quebec's home, obviously.
Number 5, Eliza Aiken.
How are you going to make out with the French pronunciations?
They're actually not bad.
Number 6, Izzy Forsyth. Number 7, Tara Wallet.
Number 4 for BC is nice player to watch.
Number 4 today was nice.
Number 8, Sammy Shields.
The game before.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Really.
Number 9, Lily Pink. Number 10, Kiara Kerr. Number 11, McKenna Jackson. Number 12,
Text to bring my sweatshirt.
Aurelia.
I saw it.
Are you doing the table of top tonight?
And 16,
Here.
Julia
I gotta go up
Fisher.
here. Not looking forward to that.
Coached by Leanne Evans and assisted by Brian Lee. And now our home team for this game. From Quebec, wearing number 5, Luella Atlanta. Number 6, Rosalie Bassin. Number 7, Lily Rose Shakira. Number 9, Sophie Ann Duval. Number 11, Anne Charlotte Cousteau. Number 12, Catherine Lamont. 13, Camille Lasson. 14, Teresa Bryce. 15, Sierra Va. Number 21, Charmella Reed. 22, Nakisha Jovan. And number 23, Renee Paquette.
Yeah, she's the
And
scratch.
coach Ronaldo Magnan, assisted by Diane Ross, and directed by Danielle
When you
Prima.
go in a tournament like this, the probability of that.
Yeah, we have big.
Our officials today, today's Cabo referees, standing in front of me, we have,
Stephen Clow.
I'm just kidding, you're right here, Stephen Clow, Kylie Damayo.
You were thinking about her doing it. You want to get it right this time.
Now, if I could ask everybody, please rise, remove your hats, and join us in the presentation of our national anthem. Shoot, ready.
Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are in this vast country, as we bring you Canada Basketball National Under 15 Women's semifinal action here from the Richard J. Curry Center on the campus of the University of New Brunswick. Thanks for joining us. Brad Janes here courtside as we get set for what should be a titanic battle on a difficult day here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. The province's capital, of course, rocked earlier this day with another shooting. Just horrible way to wake up for our country, that's for sure, for our city, for our province. But the guile of youth here at the Richard J. Curry Center and the athleticism and the battle of competition has allowed a little bit of escape from that as we bring you the road to the gold medal. Should be a dandy between British Columbia and its speed and size against Quebec with some terrific size inside and some shooting ability. Both teams, there's a reason why they're battling here. Nobody wants to play in that bronze game tomorrow. It's all about getting into the gold. And we're just mere minutes away from having that unfold. It's been an interesting week here at the Nationals. I'll tell you what, if you've attended the 2018 tournament, they had 2 days of power outages here at the Curry Center, but soldiered on as a dedicated and committed crew of host basketball New Brunswick committee members, aided by, of course, Canada Basketball and some key decision making. But the ability to make a decision pretty quickly has certainly been a key part of the success of this tournament. Hard to believe that 5 days have already gone by, and we will awake tomorrow for medal games at the under 15 and under 17 levels. Richard J. Curry Center, of course, is a single building with the main court upstairs, which is home to the University of New Brunswick Reds. And play at the U Sports level, men's and women's basketball, of course, and this performance court, this recreational court, Court 2 as it's referred to, as we get set for this match.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
British Columbia led into action by head coach Leanne Evans. Quebec counters with Ronaldo Magnan. As we count down for opening tip, your officials today are Stephen Clow and Karin DeMalo. And we're just about ready to go as the referees go to the respective teams and say, let's get her going. We're excited. Forget a scratch is Shamela Reed for Quebec. She will be unable to participate today, and you know that's driving her crazy on the Quebec bench. Game like this, big size body for Quebec, unavailable due to a foot injury. Controlling the tip is British Columbia. That's Neyha Lali. Likes to lead this offense along with the quick Deja Lee, who is just a tremendous talent. Quick, but inside brain as well. Thinks the game very well, and there's a turnaround hit by Izzy Forsyth. Gets BC off the schneid early into a quick 2-0 lead. Quebec see if it can counter now. Moving in. Alama looking for an option. She's got Ba. Ba thought about driving for a second. Does end up back to Alana. She's going to pop one. That goes wide right. BC is going to break out with Deja Lee. Flips it up quickly to Forsyth. Forsyth moving in. Takes a tumble underneath. Who gets the rebound? It's Quebec, and Ba moves the ball quickly. Down in, crashing into the board. Nice move inside by Rosalie Marcel. And we're tied up at 2 here. Both teams now, the starters at least, getting those nerves out, and each team has a bucket, and we're going to have our game's first foul. That's going to go against Quebec. As Anne Charlotte Cousteau picks up that. Deja Lee looks, fakes, goes hard left, nowhere near the bucket. Quebec tries to corral, and there's Lee again. She was on the baseline just a mere second ago. Comes out and snares that loose ball. Nice tuck inside. Up off the glass, goes wide. Here's Forsyth, allows Quebec to break out, and Alana has it. Streaking down the court, she dumps in, and unable to handle that one was Ba. That's going to go out of bounds on a turnover. BC will pick up 2-2 here. 8:32 to go in the first quarter. Brad James, thanks for joining us here at the Curry Center. Again, National Under 15 semifinal. If you walked into the gym, you wouldn't think these were under 15 athletes, I'll tell you that. A lot of size and a lot of skill at this level. The other semifinal, of course, featured Nova Scotia and Ontario for the right to play for gold late tomorrow afternoon. Quebec on the inbound. Inside, nice pass, and that's just trying to get open, but missing the layup was Chatia. And a jump ball as they battle underneath. Both teams into this now. 8:25 to go in the first quarter. 2-2. Both British Columbia and Quebec have had some good looks, but it remains deadlocked at a pair apiece. Deja Lee, bobbing, weaving. Looking for it on the right wing. Deja Lee has it, tries to get it inside. Forsyth handled. Deja Lee gets it, goes back inside. Forsyth can't handle that. She does. Comes up, looking for a foul, none coming there. And Quebec breaks out. British Columbia again with black jerseys and dark purple numbers. Sometimes in traffic, it can be a little difficult to make the identification. We'll put the hammer down here. Rebound gobbled up there by BC's Kerr, but throws it to the sidelines. Turnover in Quebec, and we have our first substitutions of the game. Renee Paquette coming in along with teammate Sophie-Anne Bouffard. Quebec on the sideline inbound again, 2-2, 7:49 and counting here in the first quarter. Long distance three with an unusual shot. Is that going to fall? It doesn't. That came from the hand of Marseille. And BC will motor right. Lally wants it, gets it to Lee. Punks it into the corner. We're going to foul away from the play as Quebec's Syrah Ba is going to collect her first. That's a push, just through the key. Inbounding is Kerr. Kerr looking for an option, decides to go out high to Dorelia. And back to Deja Lee, up off glass, misses. Big rebound, and there's a tie-up. I'll tell you what, Quebec's Syrah Ba, pretty active when it comes to board work. She's going to inbound now to Sophie-Anne Bouffard, who just entered the game, gets her first offensive look in the back. So it looks like a double dribble right off the hop. She just picked it up for a second, saw all that daylight, thought she had a chance, but double dribble it was. Double dribble it is. 7:18 to go in the first. 2-2. Started out on a fast pace in terms of both teams scoring, but has slowed down here a little bit in terms of success, getting it into the rim. Deja Lee driving. Is she going to kick it? She loses a handle, and that's going to be a back over. If Lally gets it, she doesn't. Regardless, Quebec has the offense as British Columbia makes its first sub. Coming in is Tara Wallach in place of Kiara Kerr. That gains control now. Bouffard. She goes to the right wing. Over to Marcel. Back to Bouffard. A little pitch and catch. Trying to get something inside. BC doing a good job blocking the interior. Here comes some size and long distance shot, and that is a three bid from Marcel. Doesn't go. BC corrals. Deja Lee has it. Long pass into the corner for Lally. Doesn't work. Off the rim, and big surprise there. Ba hammers down that rebound and a nice outlet pass. Quebec on an odd player rush and laying that in off the glass. Renee Paquette. And that all started again with Quebec's Ba gobbling up that rebound on the defensive end. Outlet pass and another one, and it's in the bucket. 4-2 Quebec. 6:10 to go here in the first quarter. A long distance shot comes from BC. That doesn't go for Dorelia. And Quebec looking to add to its very tight lead. Again, just 4-2 here. National Under 15 semifinal in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Shot clock down to 8 as Quebec tries to get it going. Turnover. Neyha Lali now has it, cutting through center. Goes in, see if she goes one-on-one. She goes lefty, doesn't work. Rebound gobbled up by Quebec. And coming out of that pack is Bouffard. Clips it up quickly to Marcel. She decides to veer off to her right. Gets it back to Ba. Ba on the wing. Drops for a second. Tia was going to shoot. Doesn't, turned over. And here comes BC. Guess who? Neyha Lali, right side, kicks it back into the slot area to Wallach. Back to Lee, out looking for 3 now. Nope, gonna fake that. Gets it to Lee. BC content to pass and shoot from the outside. Doesn't go for 3 from Marika Duralia. Here comes Quebec. We got a heck of a pace going. Nice lead right in, and dropping that in is Paquette, making her big body presence felt inside. Big target. BC coach tried to get a timeout there. Too late. The play had already been brought in, and here comes Lali in, kicks it out, and a long distance shot again doesn't go in from Wallach, and Quebec in transition, leading 6-2, 4:40 to go here in the first. Quebec on a little bit of a roll, but stopped up and stymied is Chatia. And Neyha Lali starts out again for British Columbia. Pace is frenetic here. It's expected to be. It's a national semifinal. The road to gold goes through here at the Richard J. Curry Center. Lee inside. We're going to have a give and go. We don't. A long distance shot. Nailed it. That's for a pair. Izzy Forsyth. 6-4 for Quebec. 4:05 to go here in the first. Cut inside. And that does fall. Nice work there by Marcel. And that's good, 8-4, which forces BC to take a timeout. We'll be back in 20 seconds. James back at the Richard J. Curry Center for this National Under-15 semifinal. 8-4 Quebec leads. We're just in the early stages of a British Columbia timeout. It's first here in the first quarter. The Canadian women's national team is heading to the FIBA Women's World Cup in Spain from September 22nd to 30th. Stay informed of Team Canada news and results by visiting Canada's basketball website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram options to keep up with everything Canada basketball. Day 5, under 15 and under 17 national championships here in New Brunswick's capital city. Forget to, coming up, Nova Scotia and Ontario, you have options. There's semifinals going on upstairs as well. Great to bring you the webcast here. Keep everybody, if you weren't able to make it to Fredericton, you can watch the pictures as we bring it to you live. Been a lot of fun this week, and I'm sorry to see it end. BC's Lali into Durelia. She squares up, tries to get it inside. Battle for the ball. We've already seen that. Just players, no regard for their body, just flailing on the hardwood. You feel that when you hit it at full speed, that's for sure. And Quebec now in control with Aikens. Dumps it in. Good work there. Sorry, that was by Marcel. And the back is Atlanta. And Quebec's Bryce throws it, and that's out of bounds. Steps Rosalie Marcel. Sub coming in for Quebec is Catherine Lamoth. Coming out is Marcel. Inbounding is BC. Pressure by Quebec. Full court. Options are closing up quickly. Nice job by Lali. Find an opening. She goes 2-on-1. Takes the fake. Goes in. Scores. 8-6. She's a dynamic player, is Neyha Lali. Just showed it right there. 3 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. 8-6 for Quebec. 2 fouls on Quebec. BC is yet to pick one up. Quebec has both its timeouts left, and British Columbia has 1 remaining. BC coming out of that pack. There's Wallach. Guns it up on the left side. Nice pass inside. Doesn't work. There's Julia Tuchscher. Couldn't get a hold of that one. Into the game for Quebec is Bouffard, also joining her, and Charlotte Cousteau. Referee Karen DeMallo asking BC coach Leanne Evans to take a step back into the coaching box. Seen coaches venturing from their private territory a few times this week as they get emotional as well. 2:24 to go here in the first quarter, 8-6. There's been a lot of action, just not a lot of scoring. Quebec trying to change that, trying to drive through there with Bryce, comes up empty. She's on the floor, somehow gets it to a teammate, and what are we going to have? 3 in the key once she fell down.
3 seconds in the key is called.
That was going to take care of that. So BC on the turnover again, Quebec. Everybody up for the face-off, if you will, and they're going to have another jump ball. Maybe no good job by Quebec. On her back was Cousteau. See if they can make something happen here. A little floater doesn't go from Alana, and here comes Deja Lee. She's got Durali on her wing, gives it to her, scores. Just like that, it's 8-8. Duralia heats up inside, look out. She's a handful. Here's Alana, decide to go left. Cuts it out looking for the 3. Unable to get that was Bryce. So a turnover on that play. Long pass. There's been some talk of in terms of the inbounding here. I thought Mike McKay, who's Canada Basketball's national high performance coach for women, there's nothing wrong with looking at the touchdown pass when you're inbounding, whether it's sideline or baseline. Doesn't always have to go to the player 2.5 feet in front of you. Going in unprotected is Lali. She scores, and all of a sudden it's a 6-0 run for British Columbia. And we're going to get a timeout from Quebec. No surprise there, as head coach Ronaldo Magnan wants to have a little talk, settle down his troops with $1:19 to go here in the first. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Richard J. Curry Center. We have 79 seconds to go here in the first quarter of this national Canada Basketball Under 15 Girls Championship. 10-8 BC in the midst of a 6-0 run. Quebec trying to do something about it and get back on even terms. Trailing 10-8. Long distance shot. That's a tray. How about getting back on even terms and go ahead one? Long distance by Luella Alana. All of a sudden, the beauty of the 3 puts Quebec ahead. 11-10 as we're ducking under a minute left in quarter number 1. Trying to make the cut to the bucket was Tia Best. That pass failed to negotiate contact. Right idea from Tara Wallach, just didn't materialize. As Sarah Baugh checks back in. Big body. Rebound prowess, that's for sure, by Baugh. Quebec up ahead, 11-10, and Alana, who just had a 3 the last possession, gets inside, puts it off the glass, misses that. Sometimes you get that opening. Layups that you make 9 times out of 10 in practice maybe doesn't always come in the game. A 3 bid there, no, turned aside. And BC looks to get it with Best. That doesn't work. Big board by Tuchscher. 23 seconds. She's back up and scores. So we got a little bit of a topsy-turvy tilt going here. 12-11 for British Columbia. Quebec could have last possession here. Shot clock just a little bit ahead, but regardless, if this is a clean shot, it's going to be the last play of the first quarter. And then a foul. Looks like it's going to go against Anne-Charlotte Cousteau. That's exactly who it was, a hold, so all of a sudden with 7.4 seconds left, Quebec with some possession. That's the second, by the way, on Cousteau. BC now with a chance for some late dramatics here with 7.4 to play. Deja Lee has it. She's going to try to get half. She does. Will she launch it down? Oh, and wide open, and the pass just sails over the outstretched arms of Julia Tuchère. So 1 second to go. See if Quebec goes touchdown. They opt not to, just get the ball inbound. And after 1 quarter, it's 12-11 for British Columbia. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, welcome back to the Richard J. Curry Center. Brad James, thanks for joining us as we get into this second quarter. Canada basketball under 15 semifinal. British Columbia, the visitor in this tilt, playing Quebec and leading 12-11 for BC. The other semifinal coming up later, Nova Scotia and Ontario in the under 15 bracket. Under 17 semifinals are going on right now. 3 floors above us is one of them. And there'll be some heated action at 8:15 Atlantic as well, both the under 17 and under 15 levels. Just 9 seconds in, turnover on a double dribble. And Alana, who hit a big 3 late in the first for Quebec, leads the charge into Chatia. That pass looking for Cousteau goes awry. BC will inbound. Pressure again from Quebec. Deja Lee looked like she was going to go long. BC opting to keep it safe. And they did work. Wallet to Lee. Lee looking for an option, steps back, calls another play on the run. Shot clock down to 8. BC well away from the bucket, looking for the give and go. And Siraba was there to chew that up. And Quebec, Marcille back into the game. Loses the handle on that. And now talking to head coach Ronaldo Magnan about what happened there. 9:13 to go in the second. Quebec continuing the front court pressure. BC breaks it and gets it in with Lee. Lee tries to cross up. Excellent defensive play by Lily Rose. Chatia just took the ball right out of her hands and then ends up with a jump ball. One of the best things about being here in courtside is hearing some of the verbosity from the coaches. They make you smile when you hear some of the chatter. As head coach Leanne Evans wondering why one of her players didn't get on the floor. Get the jersey dirty, we like to say. 8:48 to go here in the second quarter. Nice move inside, but unable to make that fall was Marcille. She's been noticeable for Quebec. BC looking for an odd player rush. Fails to negotiate contact there, so had another jump ball and sub. Wrong sub coming in initially. Renee Paquette had jumped up pretty quickly, but instead, Nikisha Jauvin's going to come in replace of Cousteau. Inbound baseline BC. Going to make anything happen here. Desperation play keeps the play alive, though. 12 seconds, nice feed inside. And scoring off the glass and the harm. Goes BC's Lily Pink.
1-6?
6. And shooting 1.
6.
Foul is on Quebec's Rosalie Marcille. That's her first. Pink with the three-point play. Stretches BC into a 15-11 lead. And the British Columbians now with possession again. Here comes Lee bolting across center into Quebec territory. Looking for an option. That option on that play was Forsyth. Forsyth launches, doesn't score, rebound. Gobbled up there by Marcille. She looked for a second for Baugh. Thought she was covered. The wise play. Chatia has it now. Little spin move in the corner to Baugh. Out on the wing to Atlanta. Into the Marcille gets it inside, just off the bench. As Quebec's Jauvin. She's going to get rewarded for taking that shot. Foul goes to BC's Lily Pink. That's Pink's first.
It was on 9?
Both teams now with one team foul. 7:52 to go here in the first half as Quebec's Sophia Ann Bouffard comes to the table and announces she's ready to play. Good work on the foul line there by Jauvin. As Bouffard comes in and takes off Rosalie Marcille. Inbounding is BC's Tara Wallach. She's been pretty consistent. There's that long bomb to Lee. Takes the pressure off pretty quick if you start getting about 80 feet in a hurry. And a nice circus move there by Deja Lee. Pushes BC into a 17-13 lead with 7:39 and counting here in the second quarter. What's on the line here? Plenty. A berth in the gold medal game tomorrow for Canada Basketball's Under-15 Championship. Nice response from Quebec's Nikisha Jauvin. Little spin move and the finger roll goes in. BC back for more. And we've got a travel for the turnover. Coming in quickly is Teresa Bryce. 7:20 to go here in the first half. 17-15. This has been a back and forth march. BC did go on a 6-0 run at one point of the first quarter, but now it's been a little bit of tic-tac-toeing on behalf of both teams. Quick Alana. A lot of dribbling going on, looking for an option, gets it out high to Baugh. Baugh on the crossover, going hard to the rim. Kicks it out long range from the corner. Doesn't go from Alana. Who controls that rebound? It's Quebec with Bryce. Thought just for a second for shooting the three was Quebec's Bouffard. Doesn't, trying to put up mad scramble for the ball. Is that going to go out of bounds and BC ball? Yes, it does. Or is it Quebec's ball? It is Quebec's ball. Some good ball pursuit there. One off the BC player. 17-15 Quebec trails. Oh, safety was there and then was quickly taken away, but Quebec does control it. They got away with a little carry there, but Baugh going to make a move trying to get to the inside. Thinks a pass into Jauvin. Again, making her presence felt. Another Quebec big, working hard under the bucket. Quebec giving BC all kinds of problems, getting the ball out with that pressure. Good work there by Forsyth Right into the hands quickly of Aikens. BC gets an open look, doesn't fall for Lily. Pink, inside Pink follows that up. Scoops up the rebound off the glass and in. 19-17 BC, 6:08. You were expecting anything else except a tight game in a national semifinal? You've come to the right place. Brad Janes here at the Richard J. Curry Center on the campus of the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. It's good, almost mid-afternoon out in British Columbia. Quebec just an hour behind us. The neighboring province of New Brunswick. What a week it's been. All kinds of talent on hand, all kinds of youth sports coaches, American coaches here watching this athleticism and skill on display. Plenty of development going on. We know about Canada basketball prowess on the international stage now, continuing to build. This tournament is any indication. The future certainly on the girls' side is bright. The boys under 15 and 17 championships taking place in Kamloops. Next year the boys will be here and the girls will be in Victoria, British Columbia, as New Brunswick and BC take turns hosting back-to-back nationals. 5:36 to go in the first half. 19-17. BC leads. It owns the baseline right now with Deja Lee on the inbound. Looking for the safety. Goes out to Lali. Sitting quickly to Forsyth. Sorry, that's Aikens. Shot goes awry. Shot clock with BC running down. And they pay for that. 5:28 to go. Quebec with another quick sub. That brings in Merciel. And Quebec looking to get even or move ahead a point, unable to negotiate that was Jovan, so BC's going to take over. And again, Quebec with 4 players up. BC trying to stretch it a little bit. Good work. And Lally gets it on her horse. Little spin move. Over to Aikens. Aikens, nice job inside to Forsyth. Turns, pivots, over to Lee. She's got some room, shoots, scores. Rattles around the rim and goes in. 21-17 now. British Columbia. Quebec continues to tinker with its roster in terms of substitutions almost every play. There's somebody, nice job inside by Teresa Bryce. And this game continues to raise up in tension a little bit here with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 21-19, British Columbia leads. I've got a feeling we could be in for a dandy. That's not exactly rocket science, bragging like that. Two teams pretty tight in talent level. Quebec's bringing in Sophie-Anne Bouffard. Coming in for British Columbia is Sammy Shields, who doesn't mind jacking up the three, I'll tell you. She falls out of bed in the morning shooting threes for BC. Quebec trailing by 2. It's 21-19. British Columbia trying to stifle and get that shot clock down. Nice job getting that shot away, but coming over and getting in the way.
22.
And there's a foul, so Jovan's going to get that. That's her first. BC with control, 21-19 lead. An injured Quebec player behind us, just trying to see who that is, and I can't, but we'll try to get a number and a name for you. 3:52 to go. British Columbia under all kinds of duress. There's Shields doing a couple of spins. That's Quebec's Luella Alana, who's got a nice pack on her head. I didn't see, there was a big fray earlier, whether she just took an errant elbow or shoulder, but she's got an ice pack on her head. Nice drive to the bucket by Rosalie Merciel. And we're going to have a timeout. The British Columbia deadlocked at 21s. 3:27 to go here in the second quarter. We'll keep an eye on Alana. She's a key member of this Quebec team now with an ice pack. We'll see if she gets back in here in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds. having fun yet? We knew it was going to be a good one, and it hasn't disappointed one bit. 21-21 here in this National Under-15 Canada Basketball Girls Championship between the home team, Quebec, and the visitors, British Columbia. Again, the winner of this goes for gold. The losing team will have to settle and play in the bronze medal match. Atlanta does not come back out for this late stages. Again, just before we went from break, she had seen a physiotherapist here. Can't say enough about the crew of physiotherapists that have been working diligently. A lot of banging and crashing. Speaking of banging and crashing, is Izzy Forsyth. As BC goes back into the lead. And another foul. That's coming up. For British Columbia's, a little bit of confusion there. It's like Deja Lee. I'm not sure who that foul is. I'm going to have to check on that. Lee is not on the floor. Picked up the foul. 23-23 is the score. Twenty-three, 2:39 to go here in the first half. Inbounding is Shields. Not a lot of options, and coming to the rescue there late was Tara Wallach. Sets the offense in motion. Nice floater off the left hand from Izzy Forsyth. 25-23. It's just been back and forth like a ping pong match here. Nobody has really had any momentum. Maybe that little 6-0 run seems little now in comparison to how tight these teams are for BC back in the first quarter. Since then, it's been trading baskets as each team looks for a little bit of a momentum roll. Can't get anything going. Quebec with the offensive baseline inbound. 2:12 to go here in quarter number 2. Everybody grabbing a body, but coming through. Oh, and just trying to lay that in was Bryce. Doesn't connect. And BC now with a chance to add to its lead. And it's precarious. It's 25-23. A lot of work for BC is Wallach. She's been good. So as Forsyth she's been going left-handed and right-handed. Doesn't make that one drop. Here comes Quebec. Right back at it. Rosalie Merciel. She has just got an option on the wing. She hits her with Bryce. Bryce attacking. Throws it in. And there's a little floater. Doesn't fall for Asande. And out of bounds it goes. But Quebec maintains possession with 12 seconds to go. Long distance shot. Oh, knocking down was 2 from Merciel. Back tied we are. 25-25. Again, road to the gold goes through this game. Bronze is nice. It's not what you set out for. Gold is the standard. Long tree goes off. That's what you get when you try to say 3 and tray and get tree. The long 3 bid nullified by the rim. So Quebec with possession, 25-25, 62 seconds to play. Canada Basketball Under-15 National Championship from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Quebec spacing the offense now. Anything inside, going hard to the rim was Bryce, nullified, and BC coming back hard is Wallach. She right to the rim, doesn't work. Picking that up is Dorelli, who's been uncharacteristically quiet here in the first half for BC, but does a lot of things. Keep an eye on her. The kid can play. Good to see Alana back on the court. Figured it was going to take more than a bump to the noggin to keep that feisty guard out, and she's rewarded going to the line. Dorelia picks up the foul, late foul. That's her first. 26.4 seconds to play here in the first half, and Luella Alana goes to the line, knocks down the first one, gives Quebec its first lead in a while, even though its deficit has only been 2 most of the way here in this first half. Misses on the second half of that, so it's a 1-point lead. Shot clock marginally ahead of the game clock. Neyha Lali looking to the bench quickly for instruction from Coach Leanne Evans. Let's see what BC is going to do here in their last second offense. Lali with the take. She's going to try to float it. She tucks the ball away. Doesn't go. Nice board up under is Forsyth. Can't get it to go. And now Quebec with a chance. Long distance shot. Just goes on the outside of the mesh, which creates a smile from the Quebec teammates, but it doesn't work. 26-25 is your score for Quebec. Trailed most of the second quarter by 2. Came back and now leads 26-25 entering halftime of this Canada Basketball National Under 15 Girls semifinal. We'll be back in 15 minutes. just seconds away from the opening inbound for the second half of this, at least through 20 minutes, thrilling Canada basketball under 15 girls semifinal tilt between Quebec and British Columbia. Quebec leading, clinging to a 26-25 lead here in the recreational gym, University of New Brunswick in Fredericton's Richard J. Curry Center. I'm Brad James. Thanks for joining us as we dip into the early evening here in New Brunswick's capital city. A berth in tomorrow's gold medal game is on the line. Nova Scotia and Ontario coming up in the other semifinal. Losers, of course, will be relegated to bronze. So Quebec gets the initial shot of second half adrenaline with Charlotte Cousteau knocking down a jumper. 28-25. BC trying to answer, and it does immediately. Izzy Forsyth having a heck of a game just inside the three-point line, so that's good for two, but cuts the deficit to 28-27. These teams are evenly matched, not just because the score is tight. Both have size, both can shoot, both can get inside exactly like that. But Merciel comes up short, and we're going to have a foul. 44 seconds into the second half.
11.
That foul goes to Quebec, and Charlotte Cousteau picks up her third. Have to keep an eye on that. 3 fouls here early. Quebec electing to keep her in the game despite the 3 fouls against her. BC going for the lead right there, but Lali's 3 bid comes up. Good work on the boards. Keeping that alive was Duralia. BC with another bid. Shot clock down to 7. Tara Wallach, she was good and busy in the first quarter. Can BC get a shot away? Last second, see if that counts. Referee saying it was going to, but Forsyth with the skyhook doesn't make it happen. And Quebec looking for a sub and brings in Nikisha Jouvin. Coming out is Sierra Ba. Quebec getting a late one in as well. Bringing in Lily Rose Chatia. Here comes the offense led by Luella Alana. She got nicked up a little bit there in the second quarter. Had to sit down for a while with the ice pack on her head. See if there's a long-range pass here. It goes to Duralia. She's not going to get it. Oh, and just stepping on the black line, if not past it. Lily Rose Chatia, turnover there. It's just a hustle play. Tough to give a turnover, but that's the nature of the basketball game. 8:29 to go here in the third quarter. 28-27 for Quebec. BC looking to go ahead. Forsyth misses on the backside of that rim. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Marika Duralia. And Alana's going to get the inbound from teammate Cousteau, remember, who has 3 fouls. 1 team foul, by the way, here early in the third quarter. Ba spinning, moving, eventually comes out. Chatia, long shot doesn't go, climbing up the wall is the omnipresent Wallach for British Columbia. Found a little bit of daylight, pushes it off, misses completely. She did have some daylight, and there's a giveaway on a desperation play, and here comes Quebec with Alana. Nice no-look pass to Bob, but she goes righty on the left side, doesn't make it work. Kept alive somehow by Quebec's Merciel, but it turns into the BC hands, so we've got a little bit of as much skill and prowess as there is out there. Remember, they are 15 and under. Things can go awry quickly. BC looking for a 3, doesn't work. Forsyth with a nice job. She's going to be able to pick it up. That wasn't Forsyth, sorry. That was Kiara Kerr. And for her efforts, Kerr receives a foul. That's her first. 7:28 to go here in the third quarter. Quebec 28-27. National semifinal. Again, Nova Scotia and Ontario coming right up. And up above us, 3 floors above us, in fact. Quick elevator ride gets you to the Performance Center. Got a couple of under-17 semifinals unfolding. There's a bid. Quebec. And there's the omnipresent Alana trying to get inside, but gets it instead to teammate Cousteau. Those two have been connecting, but that doesn't connect for a bucket. Here comes British Columbia in transition, going hard to the hoop and laying it in with the left hand. Tara Wallach, BC back in front. Nobody has been able to get any momentum here in this national semifinal. Remember, little 6-0 run there by Quebec. That just seems like eons ago. Back in the first quarter, it was down 8-4 and Quebec 6 straight points to make it 10-8. That's the only real momentum swing that every player on the court right now, I can guarantee, is completely forgotten about. 29-28. British Columbia looking for more. Having a heck of a game is Wallach. She thought about trying to get inside, kicks it out. There's a three big, goes high off the glass from Kerr. And the shot clock violation counts down with 6:11 to go. And Quebec very keen to get in. Waiting for the official. Quebec brings in Teresa Bryce, Bouffard, and 23 is Paquette. And Deja Lee comes in for British Columbia. She's had a fairly long rest for Deja Lee standards, that's for sure. Picked up a foul there in the first half, but just playing with one. Ba surveys the situation, doesn't like her team. Might have got away with the travel there was Quebec. See if they can get off the boards. And battling for ball possession is Renee Paquette. Big body for Quebec. 30-29 for the home squad in white. Deja Lee skipping her step. She doesn't get anything on the right side. Looking for something. Just getting a piece of that was Quebec's Teresa Bryce. But BC maintains possession. Here's a three bid from BC, and that is good. And fouled is Tara Wallach, and she's had a whale of a tilt for British Columbia. So the rare 4-point play.
15.
Picking up that foul,
And not completed, but 32-30 is the score for BC. Big three from Tara Wallach. And a little bit of momentum. Quickly turns in to a foul that's picked up by British Columbia's Marika Duralia. That's her second. So Quebec now trailing by 2. If you've just joined us, it's been a dandy. Back and forth, seesaw, all the words you can think of. Three bid there by Alana. Now BC with a chance to open things up a little bit. Unable to field that cleanly was Lali. Lee, nice pass inside, and up goes Forsyth. Doesn't work. Quebec with Alana, gathers it up, sprints down the court. She thought about trying to hit. Paquette thought better of it and elects to go to Bouffard. Moves it out to Paquette. Back to Alana, trying to settle things down, trying to get into the paint now. Good job to keep it alive was Bryce. Coming down on the shot clock with 5 seconds to go. See if Quebec can get anything off, and missing was Sophie-Anne Bouffard. Here's BC fast breaking, but electing to slow it down is Forsyth into the capable hands of Lally over to Lee. Lee, you can see her using her left hand to weave traffic. She goes to the right side, kicks it back out to Duralia. BC still waiting for the big Duralia to make her presence felt in this game. She does take away a lot of space inside. Lee can't get it to go and tumbles to the hardwood. A timeout called by Quebec coach Ronaldo Magnal. Bringing his troops in. British Columbia in visitors black leads Quebec in the home team white 32-30. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Canada Basketball is a coach education website called Game Plan, Plan to Match. The website features insights from national team coaches and players, a video library, drills, practice plans, online NCCP registration, and a smash more. You can register today at basketball.ca for a 5-year membership that costs only $49.95. Game Plan to Match is your one-stop shop for all coaching tools and resources. And even though we're in August and inching toward the middle of August, basketball season not far behind. If you're just getting in to coaching, want to coach at the minor association, it's all about development and love of game. Get them in early, teach them the skills. And Game Plan to Match can be a big part of that. Makes it much more enjoyable for you as a coach, and certainly more enjoyable for the young player. Nice job trying to get to the rim as Atlanta. She got there, just couldn't make the soft one roll. And we're going to have a foul. It's going to go against Atlanta. A little over-aggressive after she missed the first one. BC will inbound baseline, and there's Quebec with its 4-player pressure. Can wreak havoc, but Lee gets it. Little jab step, skip step, and then does a crossover. Guarded closely by Atlanta. Gets over the timeline into Lali. Duralia. Big wingspan. Tries to get in the corner. Actually runs into her own teammate. Lali. Ball goes out of bounds. And Quebec, which trails 32-30 with 3:50 to go here in the third, with a chance now on the offense. Gunning it up is Atlanta. Into Merciel. Fakes, goes lefty. Onto the left wing, into Bouffard, and a 3-ball connects from the left corner. Luella. Atlanta just coming off a foul, put that behind her. Knocks down a tray, puts Quebec into a 33-32 lead with 3:27 to go here in the third. Here's Lala, right side. Having an outstanding game is Tara Wallach, but gives it away there, right into the waiting hands of Renee Paquette. Guess who? Atlanta motoring up. She's got a high energy motor for sure. Gets it back on the left wing, kicks it back to Merciel. Top of the key, Merciel thinks she's going to go, goes between the legs, takes a look, gets it onto the left side. Another long 3-bid from Bouffard. Doesn't go, but guess what? Bouffard chases it down. Quebec under 15 and under 17. Ball-hungry teams, that's for sure. Tough to be taught. Oh, and a nice job by Baugh. Even nicer block by Tukshank, and down on the floor is a British Columbia player, maybe Durelia. Baugh went hard to the rim. She's got in her jaw area.
Can I ask a question on that?
And she gets some applause. Trying to stay into the game. She's leaving the game, just going directly to the washroom area.
That's number 12, Marika Durelia. Give her a hand, folks. She'll be back.
So BC will be bringing in 2 subs, but first of all, Leanne Evans has a question or two for Corinne DeMallo, one of the 2 officials. Remember, the under 15 level uses 2 officials. The 17s use the 3 officials. Durelia getting some attention paid. She's walking off on her own steam, actually in behind us, going for a bit of a run. Definitely holding the left side of her jaw, coming to the bench. Hopefully she's okay. She's a talented player for BC. See if she gets back into this game. We've had a couple of injuries to key players. Remember, Atlanta, who just hit a 3 for Quebec, and just knocking down a 2 there is Tukshank. And BC back in front. Never like to see players go down to an injury. We'll see if she's back. Oh, nice little pump fake inside. Bouffard scores. Nice play all the way around. That combination of Atlanta and Bouffard. And just like that, you blink and you miss it. Quebec is back in the lead. 35-34. We're coming up to the 2-minute mark of this third quarter. Tukshank battling for possession, ripping underneath, looking for a bit of a give and go, gets it to lead. Does she have daylight? Kicks back, looking for 3 as Lali doesn't get it off the front of the rim, and there's Baugh again with another defensive rebound. Leads to an odd player rush and a long distance trade, knocks it down. The stop pop 3 from Quebec's Rosalie Merciel. It's 38-34. Quebec now with the momentum in this game that's been hard to build momentum, and then a foul to Sophie-Anne Bouffard for Quebec with 90 seconds to play here in the third. 38-34. That's the first, by the way, for Bouffard. Quebec has 4 team fouls. BC, which trails 38-34, has 2. Let's see what unfolds here in the last minute and 22 of the third quarter. Here's Lee, nice move. Oh, and tries to get it underneath the Tuchshanker, slaps her hands. She'd like to have that one. She would have been uncontested for a layup and a timeout called by Leanne Evans on the British Columbia sideline with 77 seconds to play. It's in the third quarter. It's 38-34 for Quebec. Coming this fall, look out for a new season of Canada's national grassroots basketball program. It's the Junior NBA Youth Basketball. The program is designed for Canadian children aged 5 to 12. Develop fundamental skills, sportsmanship, and certainly love of the game. For more information, visit basketball.ca. Outstanding for you to join us here via live webcast at the Richard J. Curry Center on the campus of the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton. A little bit of stirring on campus. Of course, all the teams at the under 15 and under 17 levels are staying in residence here, eating at McConnell Hall, the regular mess hall for students at UNB. The place has been alive in the summer, but students will be rolling into town pretty soon as we prepare for the 2018-19 season. I don't really want to talk about fall too much, or late summer for that matter. But we're in the heart of it here. It's been a steamy summer in New Brunswick's capital city. People from all over the country coming in here today. Certainly, they're coming in this week, have certainly felt Fredericton's heat, but have also felt its renowned hospitality of the picture province. Glad to see all the license plates and provincial luggage from all over the province. Lee skips it up quickly to a charging Best. Does she have room? Tries to get it underneath. Forsyth kicks it back out to Best. Her option, she figures, goes left. That shot just comes up a little short from Forsyth, and Quebec going to get it? It does. And Shatia moves in, uncontested, left-handed layup, and pushes Quebec into a 40-34 lead, its biggest of the contest. 38 seconds and counting to go. Lee calls for the play. See if BC can get off the schneid here late in this third quarter. Kicked out, long 3-ball, falls on the right side by Lali. 40-37, Quebec. Tia wasn't ready for that the first time from the quick Alano. She was the second time. She's got it. Merciel, 12 seconds left, tried to go to Alana. She's got it, stroke off the front. Baugh can't get it. Not for lack of trying. BC's going to get it. They're going to have a chance to get a late shot. There's 2 seconds left. Bench imploring her to shoot. And Tia Best, it goes awry on a desperation 3 bid. The horn goes. It's 40-37 for Quebec as we enter the fourth period here. Will it be pivotal? Will we have extra time on the line? A trip to the gold medal match. We'll be back in 30 seconds. As promised, we're back here for fourth quarter action at the Richard J. Curry Center, Recreation Gym. Anything but recreational here A lot of pressure, you can feel it. Both coaches standing at attention. National Canada Basketball Under 15 Girls Semifinal. The winner of this goes for gold tomorrow here at the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton. We are just 12 seconds in to the fourth quarter. It's 40-37 Quebec, which went on a nice run. But Neyha Lali dropped a three for BC late in the third from deep in the corner in front of her teammates on the bench. Wiped out a 6-point deficit and cut it in half to 3. That's where we stand now. Deja Lee. Will she have her fingerprints all over this? 2 solid guards, 3 actually with Lali and Alana for Quebec. Just offensive directors. Talented. She's got some room. Throws in, kick back out. 3 ball. Doesn't go. Lali looking for that right corner magic again. And Alana has it. Into Ba. Big mismatch there. She goes off glass and scores as she knocks Lali well past the baseline. Quebec moving with Teresa Bryce coming to the scorer's table, ready to come into the game. 42-37. The lead is now for Quebec. The longest or the largest lead by either team has been 6 points, and that's happened twice. It's 5 now, looking for a little bit of a reverse. In tight is Tukshank. Does that fall? It does, over Ba. Not an easy thing to do, but big Julia Tukchair does that. Tukchair with a big bucket. It's 42-39. Ba is a tough customer to beat, and Tukchair beat her on that hook. There's a long 3. Up that had a chance by Alana. And things are heating up here at the Curry Center. That's going to go against Sarah Ba for Quebec on the push. That's her third. Something else to keep an eye on. She stays in the game. 8:25 to go here in the fourth. Renee Paquette checks out. Checking in is Teresa Bryce. 8:25 to go. Ball's in play, so we're counting. 42-39 Quebec. National semifinal. Thanks for joining us. Brad Janes here at the Richard J. Curry Center in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Forsyth been very good for BC today. Been very good for BC in this tournament. If you want to get there, she is inside, scores. And it's 42-41. Quebec clinging to a 1-point lead. Gunning down the left side is Bryce. She's fouled. Forsyth, who just made a heck of a bucket at one end, all the way back. Credit on the hustle. That is a foul indeed. A push on Forsyth. That's her first. Both teams now with 1 team foul. And Teresa Bryce, who had just checked back into the game, on the edge of her tippy toes there, knocks that one down. 43-41. See if she can finish. 2-point play here. She doesn't, so it remains a 2-point lead. Big rebound by BC. Took share with the nice board there. And Forsyth, I thought that one was going to sail right into nearby St. John, which is about an hour down the road. But some good athleticism to keep that in play. But turnover, look at the push-off. See if that's going to be. It is indeed. That's going to be the 4th foul on Sarah Ba. Waiting to see if anybody gets up on the Quebec bench. There isn't anybody yet. And yes, coming to the scorer's table. Hasn't been waved in yet, but now she has officially. Nikisha Jouvin. See how this plays out. Ba now with 4 personals. Big body like that who can dominate some boards at both ends of the court now is going to have to take a seat as head coach Ronaldo Magnan has to figure out how long can he wait to get her back into the game. There's some illegal use of the hands. That foul is going to Quebec's Teresa Bryce, who had just checked in. And BC trying to go ahead or tie it up on that play. Doesn't work. Ball goes out of bounds. White ball, which indicates Quebec back to offense. 7:22 to play. Quebec clinging to a 43-41 lead. Rest also looking to rest Luella Alana a bit down the stretch. Feisty guard taking a breather. Well-deserved breather. BC on the inbound. Back to Sammy Shields. She can shoot the three, remember. And Lali, who has played a ton here in this early evening, coming up to 7:30 Atlantic. That ball's batted out of bounds by Quebec. BC will maintain possession. 10 seconds left on the clock. 6:56 to go in the fourth. 43-41 Quebec. Coming back in, Neyha Lali. She's going to give Neyha Lali a rest. Not going to see Lali. And look, hopping right back into the game. She doesn't get in, though, is Luella Elena as they tried to go for that matchup. BC scores. Durelia, remember, she'd left the injury just a couple of minutes ago. She's a key player. Good to see her back in. And she scores and ties it, and answering just like that with a floater is Quebec's Sophie-Anne Bouffard. Now BC looking for the touchdown from Shields. Doesn't work. Quebec with the interception, leading 45-43. Out of bounds. Steps Quebec's Rosalie Merciel. So again, good to see Durelia back into this contest. She's left with an apparent jaw injury. Tough kid. Long way from the heart, as they say. 6:26 to go here in the fourth. 45-43 Quebec. This thing has been tight. Largest lead, has been 6 points. One of the Quebec parents saying, hey, it's okay, just don't come crashing into this first row. In this gym, the fans are right on top of the play. It's a great vantage point if you get here early enough to get a front seat. Bob back in with 4 fouls on. BC scores underneath. Izzy Forsyth, who's just had a whale of a game for British Columbia, deadlocks things at 45. There's 6:13 to counting here. The road to gold goes through this tilt, long distance shot, and fouled. Sammy Shields gets a body on Quebec's Rosalie Merciel, who will step up to the line. I'm sure that was from 3-point territory. Indeed, shooting 3. That foul. Could be costly.
14.
Phil, she did. Did you see the subs?
Missed that one, so remains 46-45. And that's good. It's 47-45.
No, 15 either. Okay.
47-45. We have a little discrepancy at the table. Foul was thought to be 14, but that's going to be changed here as we get that, because we have to make sure everything's good in that neck of the woods. All cleared and all ready to go. Bottom line 47-45. BC rolls it in the left hand. Tara Wallach. 47-47. We just duck under 6 minutes here in the fourth. Things to keep an eye on. Obviously the score clock. Big one is Syrah Ba, Quebec's big rebounder with 4 fouls, and Quebec goes in and scores. Chatia has that one, and it's 49-47. Ooh, Neyha Lali just straddling that line, keeps it alive. From the 3 ball, doesn't go front of the rim from Lali, who checks back in really close, and here's Ba, the aforementioned Ba, dribbling down the right side. Look at the strides, wings it across. Is it going to set up a 3 ball for Quebec's Merciel? Scores, knocks it down, 52-47, and that's going to force head coach Leanne Evans to take a timeout. So Quebec with a little bit of breathing room here, a 5-point margin, 52-47, with 5:15 to go here in the fourth. Everything you can imagine as advertised in this national semifinal. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're back at the Richard J. Curry Center. I just lost my truck keys. Daughter, quick tap on the back. I need my key. I need the keys. Hopefully she remembers to come pick me up after. Brad James here at the Richard J. Curry Center in Fredericton. National semifinal at birth, at stake is a bid to play for gold tomorrow on Championship Saturday. Dorelia tries to bring BC back, doesn't. Quebec now with a chance. Owners of a 52-47 lead to really take control of this game inside. Oh, and a nice block by Tara Wallach, and turning it up. Is Lee going to get that? She's quick. She's not that quick. Ball goes into the hands of BC coach Leanne Evans. And Quebec with an opportunity to do once again stretch the lead. Ba again, 4 fouls. Can't stress that enough. BC would like to see her pick up a 5th, but she's staying to the perimeter right now. Hard driving rebounder for Quebec. She's certainly been involved in this game. There's a 3 ball off the front of the rim by Alana. She gets it right back. There's Ba with yet another rebound. Alana back to Ba into the corner on the left side. Long 3 denied as Merciel comes up a little empty. You're watching the coaches too. Doesn't matter if you're a head coach or an associate coach, trying to put the body language into things. The subs coming fast and furious. Sammy Shields back in the game. She's going to take off workhorse Tara Wallach. Wallach's going to have a brief seat. She's probably not going to get too comfortable in her chair, that's for sure. Inbound Shields for BC. And look at that nice little fake play. Can she catch up with it? Lali does, scores. Love to see the touchdown play. Everybody up, air it out. That'll make you think twice about doing it. 52-49, back to a 3-point lead. Lee head-to-head against Alana. What a matchup that has been today. Fun to watch, and inside through traffic. Big bucket by Lily Rose Chatia. 54-49. That almost came out of nowhere, but good for her to recognize some daylight. Shields under duress, but gets it off to Lee. Kicks it in the corner. Like Lala was going to shoot that for Lally, but didn't. And a little sky hook from Izzy Forsyth. Man, she's got that nice touch. Oh, and a steal by Lee. Move it in, goes to the right side, lays it in, scores. Just like that. Going to see if we get a timeout here. 54-51. And indeed, a timeout to Quebec. 54-53. Quebec leads 3-3-3, says the score clock, as in 3 minutes, 33 seconds remains here in the 4th. Wow, this game has just had momentum turns. Nobody has really stepped on the accelerator and pulled away at all. It's been back and forth the entire game. Big shots from the outside, gutsy plays from the inside, big boards on both sides. It's been all you want in a national semi. Heck, it'd be all you want in a national final. But this is just the semifinal to get there. Again, day 5 of the 6-day Canada basketball, under 15 and under 17 girls championships. Boys ongoing out in Kamloops, BC. The boys will come here next year, and the girls will be out in Victoria, so they'll be keeping the same province, but the BC site will just switch venues. As Quebec marches out onto the floor. Take a look at the eyes of Sarah Ba. She means business as she goes back to inbound. And right out of the timeout is a substitution. See that very often, but and Charlotte Cousteau comes in for Renee Paquette. We're ready to roll. Ba again. 4 fouls. Gets it to the point. Alana has it. Sneaks in. Nothing there. BC with a good job. And man-to-man. Remember, you can't play zone defense at the under 15. There's actually a zone buster here looking for exactly that. Haven't seen any indication. That shot clock goes down. Oh, and that's a wild shot goes awry from Bob. BC has it with a chance to take the lead. Deja Lee. Eyes up, Luella Alana. Those two have seen a lot of each other here this evening in New Brunswick's capital. Couple of spins by Lee. Ball eventually gets to Forsyth on the right wing. Just got it away. Tough hustle. Is Lali going to lose it? She does. Off her hand and to the sideline. And Quebec with 2:48 to play, clinging. I mean clinging. to a 54-53 lead. This game's had more ebbs and flows than a Dick Francis mystery novel, I'll tell you that. Here's Alana. Oh, nice move. Got some daylight. Gets it inside. Unable to handle that rocket pass was Cousteau. And those two have connected a number of times here today. But Alana had a little bit more chili sauce on that one. And BC now has it. Solid backcourt duo with Leo and Lali. Deja Lee and Neyha Lali. Inside and unable to handle that is Duralia. That's going to go outside, and Quebec gets it. 2:25 to go. Quebec 54, BC 53. Canada basketball under 15 semifinal. A lot of parents and supporters for both teams are wringing their hands, and the fingernails are a little shorter than when they entered this building about 2 hours ago. Fantastic advertisement for the future of Canada basketball. That inbound just gets inside. Little spin around by Cousteau. Doesn't go. Look at Baugh charging in there. Can't get the rebound. Duralia does. Not scoring, but she's certainly getting the rebounds. For BC, trying to get there. Shields throws one. Oh, and a foul as Shields went hard to the right. And Quebec. That's a block against Rosalie Merciel. As Quebec sends in Teresa Bryce. And a little bit of a mix-up there on who's coming out. Sierra Baugh was not the intended target to come out, but she's going to sit and check right back into the game. Cool as the other side of a pillow is Sammy Shields. Knocks that down. 2:04 to go, 54-54. Does BC take the lead? It doesn't. It remains tied. Duralia scales the ladder. Oh, and an outstanding play. BC keeps it alive. Long distance from Shields, who loves it, doesn't make it. Battle for the boards. Who's got it? Quebec does. A fight for it. There's going to be a foul against Deja Lee. Remember, Quebec has 4 team fouls. British Columbia now with that foul. Picks up its third. That's number 2, by the way, for Deja Lee. And quickly back into the game is Sierra Baugh. So a little bit of confusion on that Quebec substitution. She takes over for Cousteau. That was during the foul shots, regardless. In the pass now. A lot of time in the pass, but it's 54-54. Minute and 46. Do we have overtime in the future? I can look at the Quebec fans now with their hands over their mouths. That's how tight this is. Inside. Does Baugh have it? She does. Off the glass and in. It's a 56-54 Quebec lead. And intercepted, picked off, huge pickoff by Merciel. She's going to slow this puppy down a little bit. She wants to have a little space, knock some time off of that clock. Plenty of time on the shot clock, 15 seconds. Buck 20 to go here in the fourth. Quebec 56, British Columbia 54. Road to the gold medal game on the line. This has been a dandy. This is as good as it gets at under 15 level. Merciel, who had that huge steal, looks for the Euro, doesn't get it off the side just before the shot clock expires, and picked up by Lee. 60 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Deja Lee moves in looking for some daylight. Is she going to kick it? She does. Lali with a nice move, blocked. Oh, and a foul on the play. So going to go to the line to try to tie this up. It's a hit to the hand. They're calling it. BC, that foul, by the way, goes on Sophie-Anne Bouffard. And going to the line is Neyha Lali. 56-54. She knocks that one down, rattles around the rim, doesn't matter. They don't ask how pretty, they just ask how many. Can this game be tied? One timeout left for both teams. That's going to loom large. Off the front of the rim, Quebec gobbles up the rebound. Lali with a foul. That's going to be the 4th team for British Columbia. That's her first. Checking back into the game, not surprising, is Tara Wallet. She takes the place of Sammy Shields. 56-55. Quebec leads, 47 seconds and counting. Merciel goes to the left, cuts to the middle. She's looking for Alana. Doesn't get it, gets it to Baugh, goes down low, rips. 10 seconds, ball's poked away. Now all of a sudden Quebec's in a little bit of trouble. They've got 5 seconds to make something happen. Baugh going to take a desperation shot. She doesn't. It's picked off by Lee. She's going to float it out. She does. Here's Duralia, comes in, stops, wants to slow this down. There's 18 seconds left. It's a 1-point lead from Quebec. This could be it. Is this game on the line? Lee into the corner. Long distance shot from Duralia. Doesn't make it. Bounces off. Who's going to pick up the rebound? It goes outside. And it's BC ball with 7.2 seconds to play. And Leanne Evans quickly calls a timeout. 7.2 seconds to play. It's 56-55 for Quebec. Game on the line on this timeout. What does Coach Evans have on her mind to call this? What does Coach Magnon for Quebec have to defend? Both teams with 4 fouls. Quebec does not want to foul and possibly put the game on the line with a couple of free throws. You just need one. It's not like you need a desperation 3 here. All kinds of things going through Coach Evans' mind. You know that. And then the players. Who is it drawing up? My bet is somehow, Deja Lee is going to get her hands on the ball on the inbound. Will she get it and kick it to Lali for the 3? Will they look into a corner for Duralia? All kinds of options. And guess what? We're going to find out about it in 15 seconds. As the referees come over to break up this timeout, Ontario and Nova Scotia waiting patiently to take over the court for the next under 15 semifinal. They're going to have those 2 provinces hands full to try to top this. This has been the game of the tournament, and there's been some dandies. Lali inbounding baseline, 7.2 seconds to go. Out in front, do they get it? It's off of BC. No, BC keeps it. So the same play will be run. 1.1 seconds goes off. You need something clean here. 6.1 seconds. Does it get inside? It's out by Quebec, so BC is going to get it again. 4.4 seconds to play. They're going to try for the 3rd time. Hands up. Does it get it? It's inside. 4 seconds. Goes off the glass. She scores. She scores. And Quebec with a timeout. 2.3 seconds to go. The BC fans losing it over across from us. High fives the BC team in disbelief. A huge right-hand bucket layup. And it's 57-56 for British Columbia. It took them 3 times to get the ball in play on the baseline inbounds. It was just mass confusion to our right. Somehow the ball fell in, and the layup off glass, as dramatic as it gets. If you're nonpartisan, you're just sitting back watching this game saying, wow. If you're a supporter of BC, you're out of your mind right now. And if you're Quebec, you're wondering what in the heck can happen in 2+ seconds to try to tie. They have to go. Now, you're not going to have enough time unless something really happens to get inside for a layup. But we're seeing some weird, wacky, and wild things unfold in this game. Does Quebec have one more weird, wild, and wacky play to either get a foul, to try and tie it, or to get a winning bucket? Man, what a contest. Does Sarah Baugh come into play here? Big body. Inbounding, the all-important inbound, Sophie Ann Bouffard. All eyes will be on Luella Alana. She's got to try to get open. She goes underneath. She's got it. Spins, fires! Off the rim. Baugh gets the rebound. The game is over. British Columbia is going to play for gold tomorrow at the Canada Basketball Under-15 Championship, and they are jubilant at half court. What a tremendous basketball game we just saw unfold here in front of us. 57-56 for British Columbia in as dramatic a contest as you are going to see. British Columbia will play, and there are tears in the eyes of the Quebec players. It's a shame to see in a game like this. It may be a cliche. Somebody has to lose. Luella Alana full of tears. Quebec's Catherine Lamoth crying. All the Quebec girls in stunned disbelief. British Columbia, both teams shaking hands. Sarah Baugh, who had such a tremendous game for Quebec, tremendous game, in tears as she crosses the scorer's table. tremendous exhibition of basketball here today. As good a game as you're going to see. I don't care what level it is. The under 15s, a lot of fun to watch. Coming up next will be Ontario against Nova Scotia. The Blue Nose province against Ontario, and its size in an under 15. I'm sorry, I've been saying Nova Scotia. It's Saskatchewan, actually. My age class is mixed up a bit. But regardless, what a heck of a basketball game that was here from the Richard J. Curry Center.